Hello, my name is Michal Varmus and I would like to tell you some tips for cool presentation from my point of view. Many people has some fear to speak to the audience, and there is many reasons. One of them is that the people are not ready for a presentation and they have not enough skills and so on. For more confidence to presenting, I always put some basic questions and answer also to me. One is, what kind of room is it when I'm presenting? I would like to know the size of the room, light in the room, and also how many people is there, and where is my position, where is my space for presenting. The other question is, what techniques can I use? Have I data projector or what software they are using there? If I have audio system and so on. And the other question is if I can use my own laptop, because sometimes happen that you have a cool presentation on your notebook and you cannot use it and your presentation is not available in the computer what they have in the presenting room. Very important question is how much time I have for my presentation. This is the question what I have to put before I'm preparing the presentation. So the time is very important and I need to know how many minutes I have. Other trick question is when it's my turn, because there are some people speaking during the day and I would like to know who speaks before and after me. It is very important that if I have a chance to know the people, what atmosphere will be before I am starting my presentation. And also, I would like to know who is my audience. There are students, there are people working in some factory, there are old people, because I would like to know the language that they are using and the information, what they want to know. What do you prefer? Dark or light? Dark in the room or light in the room? Many speakers are focusing to PowerPoint and template and they prefer to have a dark in the room to have a big chance to see the presentation. But what or who is the most important during the presentation? That's the speaker, because no technique can replace the speaker's personality. So you are the most important during the presentation. So I prefer light, and then I have to take into account when I'm preparing the template. But always remember, you are the most important, your speech and your personality. Because we have some factors of successful presentation as a environment, first impression, content, but as you can see, the interaction and the speech and body language are the most important. When we look at the impact of audiences, the most important are words, but it's only 7%, then voice tone and the body language. So remember, when you are preparing the presentation, that the body language and voice tone are very important. Have a look to some examples. Look at that.
In 1930, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives, in an effort to alleviate the effects of the the Great Depression, passed the the tariff bill, the Hawley-Smoot Tariff Act, which raised or raised tariffs in an effort to collect more revenue for the federal government. Did it work? Anyone?
So what is your
effects? It did not work, and the United
I'm
States
sure that you
sank
have
deeper into the Great Depression.
some presentations
Today, we have a similar
when you were
debate
in
over
the
this.
audience.
Anyone know what this is?
Have a look
Class?
to the
Anyone?
other example.
I found this just 2 days ago in the New York Times from the columnist and op-ed writer Tom Friedman, and I loved it even though it terrifies me. When I was growing up, my parents used to say to me, "Finish your dinner. People in China are starving." I, by contrast, find myself wanting to say to my daughters, "Finish your homework. People in China and India are starving for your job." And I note the absence.
So what was the feel when you listened that man? It was stressful, isn't it? So have a look to the other presentation.
There's something in the air. What is it? Well, as you know, Apple makes the best notebooks on the planet. The MacBook and the MacBook Pro. These are the standards in the industry by which competitive products
Can
are
you
judged.
see how the Steve Jobs
Well, today
is
we're introducing
playing with the
a
audience?
third kind of notebook. It's called the MacBook
With the voice.
Air. Now,
So this is the one of the way how we can play with the audience and using the voice tone. What is the other and very important key element of the presentation? And many people forget it. It's a story. Because each presentation can have a story. People like story. If you are telling something without any point of, then it can be boring. But if you take and put it a story, that's another story, I would say. But never forget to focus to value what you want to tell, because the people would like to take home from the presentation that they learn something, they knew something, they know something new. Have a look to the other things of presentation. Maybe you learn about it. So I will tell you some very basic things. But many people, when I starting to make a presentation, they are focusing on the template as a first. Yes, template is very important, but as I said before, who is the most important during the presentation or what? But let's go to the template. Maybe use some PowerPoint or something like that for presentation, and you're using the templates what they have. My suggestion is always own template. Why? Because the template they are in the PowerPoint somewhere, the people already saw before, so it's not cool. It's something what they know. But when you are doing your template, never do like this, playing with the colors and so on. Be very basic and cool. But on the other hand, never compete with the content. So you have a cool template, but it's killing the content of the presentation. Composition of slides is also a very interesting thing. My suggestion is using the golden cut. So like when you are making pictures by camera, focus to some place in the slides when you can put the picture, but never many pictures. Maybe you know this, when somebody want to show your family or something like that and put some picture, and I still can see some free space on my slides, I put a dog, and now I'm happy that the slide is full. Rather less than more. The text, yes, many people put the text on the slides, many words, many sentences, but on the other hand, why they are there but everything is written on the board? and when you are using the text, you can also play with it. For example, this is nice example. This is a picture from the war, and we can say the Battle of Stalingrad was a hell on the earth. But how can we do better than this? It's not tough, but we can use something like this, and I would say it looks much more better. And have a look to our friends what we saw before, and look to the slides what they use.
I found this just 2 days ago in the New York Times from the columnist and op-ed writer
the
Tom
sense
Friedman.
what I saw, what I told before.
It terrifies me. When I was growing up, my parents used to say to me, "Finish your dinner. People in China are starving." I, by contrast, find myself wanting to say to my daughters, "Finish your homework. People in China and India are starving for your job."
The question is why he's telling what is written.
I
and
note
so
the
on.
absence of laughter for the appropriate
And
reasons. And if it's not offshoring, it's the technology. Every one of us in this room.
and when we are thinking about what he's doing, maybe because he's scared that he will forget something, but rather tell less than you use of words that are in the template. And the other thing is that people are reading faster than listening, so then the people lost contact with you, and that's definitely what you don't like. Look to the Steve Jobs, how he's playing with the template.
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. And Apple has been, well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one of these in your career. Apple's been very fortunate. It's been able to introduce a few of these into the world. In 1984, we introduced the Macintosh. It didn't just change Apple, it changed the whole computer industry. In 2001, we introduced the first iPod.
So you can see the
it didn't just...
I hope it's useful for you. The other things is charts. We often use in during the presentation. It's very helpful, but try to use charts that everybody can read it, so you can play with some effects and the people can see the progress or something like that. But use the charts like that people, everybody can see what is there. And if you want to pick up some point, use an arrow like this. This is point what you want to show, or you can do like this. Sometimes when you want to use some or show something is going up or down, don't be afraid. Do like this with the arrows. I think it's very nice and very easy. When you use maps, use the blind maps, and if you want to show something, do like this, and everybody see what you want to show. So this was some tips for the presentation. I know that you can find many tips, many design tips in the web, so try, learn, and always be cool, be different. Thanks for your thing, and good luck in the future.